And here I thought I was pretty damn clear in the first place. Well, let's do this. So, a fellow YouTuber who goes by the name of Jasper AVI has apparently seen my most recent video about what the difference is between an atheist and a theist, and he's apparently decided that babies are not atheists, which, as we're about to see, is more than a little bit chowder-headed. Let's have a look.
So BionicDance made a video, which I've seen this comment made more than once by many different atheists. And in the video, she makes a similar comment in which she says that babies are atheists and that atheism is the default position. And there's no spectrum, it's a dichotomy. There's theist and there's atheist. You either believe in God or you don't. End of story. Inasmuch as that's true, it applies only to those that have beliefs.
Completely wrong. 187,000% wrong. You see, here's the thing. If you can't believe in a God, then you don't believe in a God. The possibility of believing in a God does not have to exist to lack that belief. Of course it doesn't. So, if a baby can't believe in a God, then they're not a theist, and there's only one other option. Atheist. That's it. There's nothing else to say about this, really, except he does go on.
It comes down to a very serious and maybe but definitely relevant question. And that question is, do babies have beliefs?
Utterly irrelevant. Unless, of course, babies are, in fact, theists. You see, you don't need a belief to be an atheist. All you need to do is lack belief in a God. If you don't have belief in a God, you're an atheist. Even if you're coming from a position of utter ignorance, you are an atheist because you're not a believer. Belief in a deity is the only way to go from atheist to theist. Otherwise, you're an atheist.
If we're going to say that babies are atheists, we have to say that they're able to have things that we call beliefs, as opposed to just having sentience, just being able to recognize things.
No, we don't. The ability to believe, and yet not doing so, is not required. All that's required is the not doing so part.
Then to say that a baby believes or doesn't have the belief that God exists, say that babies are capable of believing things.
No, see, if you're not capable, then you lack belief. It's that simple. If babies are not capable, then they are not theists, and that makes them atheists. You see, you seem to have gotten this false idea that the possibility to believe has to exist. Otherwise, you don't not believe. How the fuck does that make even a lick of sense? That's completely chowder-headed. I mean, seriously, what are you thinking here, pal? Or are you thinking? Just saying.
And this is questionable to me. That babies are capable. They may not recognize God in the world, but that's no more to the point that they recognize anything. They just see things as they are and kind of move along through the world as such.
In other words, they lack belief, and therefore they're not theists, and therefore they're atheists. Bada bing.
So then we couldn't say that our base point, our starting place is atheism. Doesn't make sense, because then you're attributing a belief to the baby, which we've just seen doesn't seem to make very much sense.
No, you're not attributing a belief to the baby. You're attributing a lack of belief to the baby. Atheism is a lack of belief in gods. That's it. It's not disbelief. Well, it can be, but it's not active disbelief necessarily. It's just not being a theist. That's all atheism is.
Performing a balancing act, and whichever way they go, that is when their either disbelief or ascendance into belief takes place.
Disbelief, not required for atheism. Lacking belief is all you need. Disbelief is part of atheism, not required.
But prior to that, they don't have a belief, and they don't lack a belief, because they can't believe anything.
Think about it, dude. If they can't believe anything, then they most certainly lack that belief. Okay, you're still arguing about belief and active disbelief. Again, not the question. The question is, do you believe or don't you? Doesn't matter how you don't believe or why you don't believe. It just matters that you don't believe or you do. Atheist, theist. That's the divide.
It's a very convoluted topic. I doubt I was clear, but I hope I was.
You're perfectly clear, dude. You just got your definitions wrong. Until next time, fellow space travelers. Please take the time to rate this video. And hey, if you dig what I do, subscribe. You might also enjoy my webcomic, The Adventures of Kinneara Baxter. You'll find a link in the info bar, along with a link to my Zazzle store. Buy a t-shirt today. I'd rather be an atheist smartass than a religious dumbass.